by young TS and TFL teaching and training experience. He has widely published in numerous peer-reviewed research journals, authored 4 books, supervised extensively, and has delivered keynote and plenary speeches at various international forums. He has conducted and attended scores of ELT workshops and seminars within the country. He has been awarded honorary doctorate in ELT and applied linguistics by an American university due to this remarkable services in the field of ELT. He is a recipient of the National Human Rights Professional Award 2016 by IHRO, Islamabad, Pakistan. He is also awarded the Certificate of Pride and Honor by Arab Translators Association, Palestine. He is among the 128 intellectuals, educators, and scholars from all over the world who got this certificate. He is a recipient of Global Education Leader Award by International Internship University India. Currently, he is teaching in the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. We welcome Professor Dr. Mohammed Sattar Bahati to give a speech. Your mic is muted, Professor.
Am I audible, sir, now?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Welcome, Professor.
Okay, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone. This is Dr. Mohammed Sattar Bahati from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. First of all, I would like to thank the Congress team for providing me this chance to give a keynote talk at this forum. And the topic of my talk is improving speaking skills through role play activities at elementary level, and that is a brief sketch of my talk. Respected audience, paradoxically it seems as if English language runs like blood through the veins of nations wide world. To have good communication skills in English is a burning desire for most of the people. Communicative competence in the target language is more demanded now than ever before. In Pakistan, the students have to study English as a compulsory subject from KG to graduation level. The value of English language is internationally accepted. It is a storehouse of world knowledge. It is a medium of international communication and also a custodian of standard terminology. Considering the state of this language, it has been a challenge for its teachers. It is very important for an English language teacher to have a full command on it. As a productive skill, speaking is a crucial skill to master in order to be successful in one's academic pursuit. Due to its importance, speaking is an important skill cultivated in an English language classroom at elementary level. The impact of role-play activities upon the development of second language teaching and learning is unavoidable. Speaking is one of the most important skills that should be mastered by students in order to communicate in English fluently and clearly. It involves interaction with one or more participants. This means that effective speaking also involves a good deal of listening. Speaking takes place everywhere and has become part of our daily activities. Speaking is the most difficult skill to be learned by students among the 4 language skills. Teachers should select suitable speech content, arrange it logically, and should choose appropriate language at the time of delivery. Different techniques can be used for language teachers in class to improve the speaking skills of students at elementary level. To overcome this situation, there is an effective way that teaching speaking skills can be done through some various activities that can promote speaking skills. One of them is by using role play activity as a technique in learning process. If we talk about the impact of role play activities, role play is a modern technique which can be resulted in impressive ways. It is a technique that involves students thinking on the role and carrying out a discussion with each other, playing their role. Students' involvement not only makes them motivated but also have deep-rooted effects. Role play is a very important in teaching speaking skills because it gives students an opportunity to practice communicating in different social contexts. and in different social roles. It allows students to be creative and to put themselves in another person's place for a while. It can also help them play with personal problems. It allows them to be spontaneous by releasing creativity energy. Role play, on the other hand, can be a quite simple and brief technique to organize. It is also highly flexible, leaving much more scope for the size of individual variation, initiative, and imagination. It is also included in simulation as well. There are three types of role play. Role play is where we pretend to be another character in our believed setting. There are three main types of role play. Text-based role playing takes place online and focuses on writing. Live action role playing takes place face to face. We interact with other people through talking, acting, and occasionally combat. Tabletop role playing can be done in person or online and focuses mainly on verbally describing our character's action. So all three are fun, immersive, and a great way to meet new friends. Now I would like to move towards the significance of the study. This study is important as it investigates the improvement of the student's oral proficiency by using role play activities. It may provide English language teachers with a specific language teaching procedure which they can use in their classroom to enhance learners' oral performance and to encourage their students to maximize their capacity by using English orally. The researcher expects that teaching of speaking skills through role play activities may effectively improve speaking skills of the learners at elementary level. This research is expected to be beneficial for the student, the teacher, and the institution, theoretically and practically. Speaking skills are one of the most important skills, and students must indulge themselves in the habit of speaking English. The objectives of the present study were as follows: to identify students' problems in speaking English, to discover whether role play is an effective way to overcome students' speaking difficulties, to assess the impact of role play activities on students to perform better orally, to prove the worth of role play activities to ameliorate the speaking skills. My research questions were: how to assess the impact of role play activities on students to perform better orally, how to prove the worth of role play activities to ameliorate the speaking skills, how to identify students' problems in speaking English, and how to discover whether role play is an effective way to overcome students' speaking difficulties or not. Now I would like to move towards the literature review. Speaking is the process of interaction or developing meaning that involves producing, receiving, and processing information. Speech is power. Speech is to persuade, to convert, and to compel. Language as well as faculty of speech was the immediate gift of God. Speech is the most important aim in language teaching. In playing their roles for the first time, the students will be nervous when they have to perform in front of others, especially the teacher. But with the passage of time, the more role plays that they do, the more proficient and confident they will become. In the end, they might actually get to like it, especially if they imagine themselves to be rehearsing for a role, just as they would if they were playing a small part in a movie or TV series. So this is an attitude that the teacher should cultivate among the students. 200 students and 20 teachers from Bahawalpur, Pakistan participated in this study. If we talk about the research methodology, it was descriptive in nature, and the approach was quantitative, and random sampling was done. A separate questionnaire for the teacher and a separate questionnaire for the student were used as a tool to collect the data from the respondents. These are some factors which I deduced from the collected data. Use of English, 80% were agreed, understanding 70% agreed, confidence increase, 80% were agreed, draw meaning, 90% agreed, and take interest, 90% were agreed. And that is the data analysis of the questionnaire and the graphic definition of that. Teacher's attitude towards role play activities was positive. All the above results showed it as enough as the greater number of respondents agreed role-play activities to develop the students' speaking skills at elementary level. The use of role-play has shown to increase motivation for learning. This study also signifies the possibility of implementing these in Pakistan. The respondent teachers showed their willingness to incorporate role-play activities in the classroom. The students should be taught to role-play as well. The old and traditional teaching methods should be avoided. The students should be encouraged to share their thoughts in the target language. Teachers should use and adopt new and innovative learning strategies in their classes. Teachers should motivate their students to participate in the classes on equal basis. Role-play activities can reveal students' hidden talents regarding speaking skills. It needs to be highly promoted in the teaching and learning process. Teachers of English are advised to encourage students to speak freely and fluently in the group and the peers. And these were some differences from which I got the help. And thanks for your patience and any questions, please. That's all from my side.
Of course, thank you very much for your presentation. Any question or anyone would like to contribute? Okay, I think there is no questions, Professor. Thank you again. Thank you so much for your presentation.
All right.
Okay, now we will continue with our next guest speaker.